This was not in violation of existing pipeline safety standards. But we have taken steps to ensure that our emergency procedures are designed to minimize the likelihood that any such occurrences would happen again. As a matter of standard practice, Lone Star continually reviews all governmental safety regulations and makes every effort to ensure full compliance by all employees.
Mr. Folks, there's a statement in the report that reads, "At no time was the fire department made aware of the problem." Is this true, and could it have caused the disaster?
But the city turned a deaf ear on it. I think I get the feeling that they just want the money, but they don't want to have the representation. Well, we ready to give up the Benson first meeting in January, and ask the court secretary, I suppose she's in the process of working with everybody that's health services. There, I want to support the motion.
Well, y'all gonna...
It's there to see what procedures are needed, a letter from me or...
I think you realize the difficulties we have in bringing together the city, county, and any other city.
Support for Amtrak passenger service into Dallas. Why haven't those of us who are newsmen heard of this groundswell of support? Where is it?
Every time I go down the street, or every time I go to a service club or go to church or answer the telephone, about 30% of the time it's someone saying, "Why haven't we gotten rail passenger service?"
The response has been fantastic. We've been completely overwhelmed by the generosity of the people of the Dallas and Fort Worth area. At first, we didn't anticipate filling up a 15-ton plane, but now we have more than enough merchandise to take care of this project.
When this relief effort was announced last Sunday, Dallas Mayor Wes Wise said he knew the city would respond, and apparently it has. Jack Hill, Channel 8 News on the move.
Whether or not the fire department personnel at the scene were not made fully aware has not been determined at this point. If in the course of the investigations it's determined that they were not, and that the fault was because of lack of liaison by Lone Star personnel, that problem will be corrected. In fact, I'm sure that measures have been taken already to prevent such a thing happening, whether it did then or not.
Could that have caused the disaster?
I don't know.
Did this report come as a surprise to the gas company?
You would have to ask other gas company people whether or not it came as a surprise.
I'm going to budget hearing.
Frankly, we have not gotten any official reports on any of this, so the only thing I have read is what you've read in the Wall Street Journal. Now, these are comments that are made, one by Mr. Romney, and in respect to Mr. Romney, he's not the one making the final decisions, and this is his opinion, and there's not necessarily any correlation with his opinion and what will be done.
Now, there are mass resignations on the Washington level within HUD. Any resignations requested on the Dallas level?
Not yet.
Anyone here resign yet?
No. Maybe after this broadcast it might be.
No, now I can give you the benefit of the City of Dallas research in it that if Amtrak were open today and through the next year, that they anticipate that we'd have approximately 400 riders per day boarding Amtrak trains through Dallas. By 1990, they estimate that increase would be to 2,500 per day.
Isn't another factor here the condition of the tracks into Dallas, the fact that the tracks are in such bad condition that to restore them for passenger service would eat up the profits?
Because you can't make a just economic decision based strictly on what the startup costs are. You have to look at what the long-term potential would be and the benefits which would derive from that.
It just opened up in October, and I thought I'd take you on a quickie tour of this new haven for Dallas artists.
Oh, it was a gradual sort of thing. I just drew them out of the air. I knew what was supposed to be the mascot for each school, and just sort of invented each character as he went along. Some of them were based on mascots that had been used for letterheads or something like that, but I drew my own version on one or two of them. But some of them I invented myself. For instance, the Texas Tech Red Raider. I didn't know what a Red Raider was supposed to be. I didn't know whether he was an Indian or some kind of a pirate or what. And I drew a series of characters and ran them in the paper and asked the readers to vote on them. And the character that I use for the Red Raider today was the one he won by about 7-1 in the vote.
Whenever Texas loses a football game, I notice the next day your cartoon has Bevo with a broken horn and a twisted tail.
That's right.
What started that?
Oh, I had to show some way of getting him beat up. As the season progresses, each one of these characters gets a little bit more bedraggled as he loses more games. And that was a way of showing, actually it was my way of showing how many games he lost. Now last year somebody asked me, says, why do you, when SMU loses a game, you only put a knot in Peruna's tail, but it says when Texas loses a game, you break his horn and put a knot in his tail. Says, that's not quite fair. And I said, well, it hurts more when Texas loses.
What is your favorite cartoon, sports or editorial?
It's one that I didn't want to draw. It's my dog cartoon. It deals with abandoned pets, which to me is one of the most pathetic things, and I don't know, I just can't stand to think about it.
One of the programs, and is, you know, from talking to me, one of our most successful ones would be the 235 program. Here's an example of some of the 235 houses. That is.
Bingo.
All right, now there's one broadcasting, huh?
Surely.
Okay, you might lose it, huh? After this show, they'll take your Emmy away from you.
Thank you very much.
piece of the grain you put across the start. Doing wood carving. This is a candle holder that mounts on the wall. The candle goes here and there'll be a plate to hold it.
Okay.
Okay. Larry, you think there could be some plans for Drusy to join the dolphin pool here this summer?
That's possible. She might be worked into the sea lion show also. We have some ideas. Maybe she could be giving the dolphins a cue or play ball with the dolphins.
Right now she wants to come over here. I don't think she likes the dolphins too much. Let's see if we can get her down here and see what she thinks about them. What are some other things that you may do with Drusy?
We might have a sort of a roaming attraction in the park with Drusy, and we might also use her in the sea lion show where we're going to have a circus theme this coming summer.
How'd you like to be a Channel 8 news reporter? Think you could do that? Say a few words. Here, take the microphone. See if you can do an interview. Ask cool Larry a few questions here. How old is she?
She's 2.
Darnell Green came up very quickly from the safety spot.
This year, he had a couple of block lines. Drag stands on the field. Stop, third down and long yardage coming up. Calvin Hill, of course, had a big day against San Francisco last week. Averaging all. We talked about outside. Number 41 was still ringing.
Very close.
Well, it depends. The wishbone can be a passing offense. They got to put so many people inside to take care of the running, so that it's just about going to force one-on-one coverage or some type of zone coverage. And you can take care of that with a wide formation. But I look at it, if the running game's going, then there's no need to pass. That's what the offense is for, to move the ball, whether it's through the air or on the ground. What does it matter?
You see yourself as a good passer?
I think I can throw the ball.
Well, if I were there, then I'd say for weather there'd be a reason. But see, there's no reason for us or Alabama. You take Austin and Tuscaloosa, and there really is no reason for us to go up the coast. Yeah, probably.
I expect a lot of those kids out there wish they
Saw him on film breaking the open a couple of times, and
Really stands out in your mind.
I would think so.
Coach, you have anything you'd like to tell us? We're all still behind you, and we think you played a good game.
We're very disappointed. We got beat by a good football team today, and we just didn't play as good as we'd have hoped to.
Can you think of anything in particular, Coach, that just might have gone wrong, or were there just a series of things?
Well, offensively, we just didn't move the football, and that's the thing that was the difference in the ball game. Here, who's this? Let me have this a minute.
So besides offensively, anything else?
Well, no, we couldn't stop their passing game. They hit 2 big plays to Charlie Taylor, and he made 2 great plays on us, and that was really the difference in the ball game.
How about the pass that Garrison looked like he might have caught if it had been just a little bit short? You think that might have made any difference?
That was a big play for us. We had a chance to go into halftime at 10-10, and we missed it.
Well, we felt like we would win through the entire game. They made 3 or 4 big plays offensively. We had a chance to recover the fumble, 3 or 4 of us there that would have maybe turned the game around. Plus, we had a chance to make the field goal right before the halftime, and we didn't make any plays offensively. So it just comes down to not making them offensively and really not making them defensively. So it's just a matter of us not making the plays, and Washington did.
So it's not just one thing, but a series of things.
Exactly right. They played well, and we didn't play that good. We really didn't.